Okay, so today we are diving into some listener research on real estate, right?
Sounds good.
So this deep dive is all about potentially building wealth through property, which is something I know a lot of our listeners are interested in, and you've been exploring some pretty interesting ideas in your research.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's almost like you're trying to unlock the secrets to, you know, owning a little piece of the world, maybe even a beach bungalow rental you mentioned.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, real estate has historically been a really stable investment compared to something like the stock market.
Ah.
And the returns often exceed those traditional benchmarks.
So we're not just talking about like a safe place to keep your money.
Right.
We're talking about maybe even outperforming the market.
Exactly.
That's really interesting. But there's so many different ways to even get involved in real estate, right? Like, where do we even begin with this?
Well, you could jump right in and purchase a property.
Okay.
Or you could look into REITs, which are real estate investment trusts.
REITs. Okay.
Yeah, so imagine like a mutual fund.
Okay.
But instead of investing in stocks, you're investing in a portfolio of buildings.
Okay. So I wouldn't be buying a building. I'd be buying like a small portion of like 100 buildings, something like that.
Yeah, precise.
That makes diversification really easy.
Exactly, yeah.
That's cool. But I'm also really curious about those like house flipping shows that are always on TV.
Sure.
So the whole different like ball game.
Yeah, flipping is totally different. That's all about renovating a property and then turning it over quickly for a profit.
Okay.
It's about that kind of before and after transformation.
Right. Yeah.
While renting is more of a long-term strategy where you're trying to create a steady income through those monthly rent payments.
Okay, that makes sense. So whether you're flipping a house or renting it out, it sounds like the first step is really to, do your research, do your homework,
Yeah.
right? I'm imagining like a real estate detective with a magnifying glass.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Due diligence is absolutely crucial, and it really is like taking an X-ray of your potential investment. You have to really look at those financials, the location, and look for any red flags that might be lurking beneath the surface.
Oh, okay. Speaking of financials, I noticed that in my research, there were a few key metrics that kept popping up, like cash flow, ROI, and cap rate.
Yeah, those are the big ones.
Can you break those down for me? What do those actually mean?
Okay, so cash flow is like the lifeblood of your investment.
Right.
It's the money that's left over each month
Okay.
after you pay all your expenses, your mortgage, taxes, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And positive cash flow means your investment is staying afloat, right?
Makes sense.
Now, ROI, or return on investment, measures your overall profit as a percentage of your initial investment.
Okay.
And then cap rate helps you compare different investment properties
Okay.
by factoring in the net income and the purchase price. A good cap rate in this market is somewhere around 7%.
Okay.
But remember, higher risk often means a potential for higher reward.
Higher risk, higher reward. Yeah.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Okay.
So it's not just about like finding a pretty building.
Right.
You got to look at those numbers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Crunch those numbers.
Yes.
And speaking of teamwork, my research also mentioned, assembling a really reliable team, right? Like real estate agents, property managers, contractors. It's almost like building like your own little real estate justice league.
Uh-huh. I love that. Yeah, having that trusted team is essential. Think of them as your real estate avengers, right? They
Yeah.
each have their own superpower to contribute to your success.
That's awesome. And hopefully they can help you avoid some of those real estate pitfalls.
Definitely.
Because I know there are some out there, right? Like
Oh.
I actually tried to rent out a room once just based on how cute I thought the decor was.
Oh, no.
I learned my lesson about market value the hard way.
Yeah, that's a common mistake. Overestimating your rental income or underestimating those expenses can be a real trap.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget about those recurring costs like property taxes and maintenance.
Oh, yeah.
Those can really sneak up on you.
Yeah. So it's not just about finding the perfect property. It's about like planning for those unexpected costs, right? Almost like creating a rainy day fund for your building.
Exactly. And remember, diversification is key.
Okay.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Spreading your investments across different property types and locations can really help mitigate that risk.
So we've covered a lot, right? The power of real estate as an investment, the different ways to get involved, the importance of due diligence, and the need to build that awesome team.
Right. Yeah.
It's like we've created our own little real estate roadmap, right?
Mm-hmm.
What what would you say is the most important thing for our listeners to consider as they continue on their real estate journey?
I would say it's crucial to figure out which type of real estate investment really aligns with your own personal goals and your risk tolerance. Are you drawn to the fast-paced world of flipping or the steady income of rentals? Or maybe you're more interested in that diversified approach of REITs?
You know what? That beach bungalow rental is still sounded pretty good.
Uh-huh.
But after this deep dive, I definitely feel much more equipped to make a smarter decision.
That's great.
So thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of real estate.
My pleasure.
And stay tuned for more insightful explorations in future episodes.
See ya. Bye.
Bye!